Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Play On. My name is Candace Barrett.
I'm Rob Mackay.
And this is Pearcey. How good's footy?
Footy is
Oh,
fantastic.
my goodness. There's a plethora of
We say that
playing.
every week, Rob. It's getting a bit boring. Like, so much footy. I'm bored with all the footy.
We're right in the meat and potatoes of the season, aren't we? There's no doubt about that.
Can I share with you, I refed Orange City versus Orange Emus, the local derby women's game in
Ooh.
Orange on a beautiful May midday.
Fantastic.
I could not believe the weather. Thursday, Friday in Bathurst was Arctic conditions. And then Saturday,
Freezing.
I got a little bit sunburned.
Oh, my goodness.
It was just crazy. I did have a moment, though. I heard, and I'm going to censor it. Apologies. Everyone who knows me knows how much it hurts my soul. But
I'll
I had
press explicit
S.
when I'm doing any videos.
you cheeky effing C. The big three swear words in a matter of seconds at full volume in a women's game. And I thought,
Directed at you.
no, not at me. Not at me. She got beaten on the inside. And
Oh,
good friend of mine, Amanda Ferguson, was playing in her team. And I went to Ferg, and Ferg's the manager of the Wallaroos. I went to her and I said, if that was a man's game, I think I'd pull him up for saying that loud. Firstly, probably missed my window. And secondly, I'm just impressed. So I didn't end up pulling her up.
so she basically missed a tackle and then was just
She
annoyed
missed
at
a
herself.
tackle and launched. And I thought, feckle. I'm just impressed.
Shit just got real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Geez, it was good.
I guess we're lucky that we're not mic'd up, and I guess the women's games aren't filmed. If not,
She didn't need to be mic'd up. She was so loud. I'm
love
surprised you didn't hear her. She was top volume. It was hilarious. It was a good game of footy. Orange City have got a great women's team this year. Some of you will
I've
know
heard
Steve
that.
Hampson coaching them, and
Yeah.
he's doing a great job with them. I had a non-line out lift in my game, in the game of women's rugby. That's pretty cool, right?
Oh,
A non-line out lift.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah. We saw
a
the Springboks.
non-lineup.
We saw the Springbok juniors. We saw Moana last week, and then Orange City Women's had the line out, and then shifted to midfield where they had another lift,
Oh,
and it worked.
love
They
it.
drew in the defence, and there was a gap just adjacent. So yeah,
so I had another
So
team
trick
do the
plays,
non-contested
guys.
maul,
a
not
trick
maul,
play.
5 metres out from the line. So that caused utter chaos, as you can imagine.
obviously not listening to the pod, Rob. You
Obviously
very
not
clearly
listening to the
told
pod.
them don't do it 5 metres out.
I did, they did, and it didn't work because they didn't do it properly. So, and it was a reasonably tight match. It was 1v3 and
Yeah, well,
3-1.
1v3,
But,
3-1.
Yeah,
I'm confused.
yeah.
All of those numbers.
1-1 was a racehorse, 2-2 was 1-2.
Speaking of numbers, it is grand final week for accountants this week. All my accountant friends. Budget night tonight. Deadline day Friday. It's crazy.
Get excited.
Candace, what
I'm
did you
not
do?
really
I heard you may have AR. You got some AR work?
Yeah, I did some assistant refereeing, and it was a great match for Kentwell Cup. And yeah, I loved it being all mic'd up.
Who'd you AR for?
Anthony, last name is coming away from
Moyes.
me. Moyes. Yeah, Moisey. And yeah, he's great. He's
Some of our international listeners will know that name. Anthony refereed a gazillion 7 circuits before me, basically,
And after.
and after. He was one of the greats on the 7 circuit, and one of the all-time great guys too. Just loves his rugby.
Absolutely.
Yeah, his old man used to coach at the same time too, so there was a hilarious dynamic when Anthony used to ref his dad's team, and then it was the subsequent dinner time table chat in the Moyes house would have been hilarious.
And he was our representative in Rio for the first rugby sevens
the
in the Olympics
Olympics.
with Amy Perrott. So he's quite connected to the 7 series even now. So he's I don't want to say elder statesman because that implies
Because he's younger than us, Rob.
yeah. But he's the sage of the sevens.
Yeah, and he's just a good dude. So it's great to see
he
Moisey
has a really
still
cool
refereeing.
job working in sports with people with disabilities as well. So yeah, he's all around into sports and giving back. So
And
yay for
Candace,
him.
we were just talking before we came on that he said he said a comment that we all thought, is it appropriate? I don't know. Is it appropriate to tell a team to shut up? Maybe, maybe not. Is it effective? Hell's yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah,
choose your time,
it was-
choose your place. Absolutely.
Yeah, not on camera.
Choose your time and place.
Speaking of on camera, There's a great YouTube clip of Moisey getting completely falconed at Chatswood Oval.
I've
It's
seen
in
that one. Yeah.
It's in rugby law. It's not quite up
Yeah.
there with the sniper at Granville, but it's pretty close.
There was a ball imprint on
Explain.
Moisey's head,
Yeah.
but more importantly, there was an
Yeah.
imprint of Moisey's face left on the ball.
It was pre-blue card. It was an absolute belter of a kick.
Got him.
He's famous for many things.
From memory, he was real fast too. He was very good athlete.
Yeah. Roadrunner stuff.
Yeah, he looks like he just enjoys running in general. I feel like he
he's
will
the type
always
of guy
be
that could
running all the time. Yeah.
Go out and accidentally run a half marathon, but was also beating us in the 40-meter sprints. He was a proper athlete.
Yeah.
We had some good ones back in the day. Him and Leesy and Leck. Oh my goodness, they were high-end athletes. And then Stu and I were tailing along not far behind with Matty Goddard bringing up the rear.
Moving on.
Moving on. So,
some general rugby news.
Rugby news. There's lots happening in the rugby world.
I just see balls! !
Yeah, 4.5 balls. 4.5 balls. That sounds uncomfortable.
And very hard to buy shorts.
Is that the size of the ball that obviously we're referring
Yes, Candace. It's the size of the balls.
So cast your mind back. You may recall there was a closed trial with a 4.5 size ball in the women's game.
And can we just drill in on that? From memory, size 4.5 was the same size as a 5, but slightly different weight, or was it a smaller size and the same weight?
So the size was decreased proportionately. So they tried to do the ratio of the size change to the hand differential between the average male and average female hand. So they shrunk it down, and it's a 4.5 because it's not as small as the 4. It's sort of between the 4 and the 5. So it's proportionate in weight and size. And they did a closed trial with it. And now they're rolling it out wider, and there's been a bit of chat about it. And some of I think the kicker, Zoe from Red Roses, isn't happy because she likes the 5s because there's a nice sweet spot for kicking.
Plus, she's been training with it since she was 14 years old. And now when you're a professional, then decide to change it. I can see.
And the same with the passing. Apparently, it's got a slightly different spiral to it.
Because the weight actually plays a big role in that. The ability to kick a ball longer, it actually pertains to the weight too. You want that same weight. So we've always had the problem when you go a smaller ball, it's also a lighter weight and it doesn't travel as far. Yeah,
there's all sorts of physics in there because you got the arrow as well, etc. And look, we've seen it in cricket. You know, the women's cricket ball's about 11 grams lighter from memory.
250. I think it's 13. 256, 243.
Yeah, no, it's ones, I think, isn't it? 156 and 143. Anyway, doesn't matter. The point is, if you didn't know, you wouldn't know, right? Yep. You watch the game and go, it's the same game. Same with the 4.5. So I think they'll just trial it, get the feedback, listen to the players, and we might end up back at 5. We might end up at 4.5.
It's interesting. I've been following the AFL, same chat. They're doing a slightly smaller ball for the women's games, but same weight, because that distance of kick plays such a big part in their game.
Well, the AFL ball's got a different shape as well.
It is very much a different shape. It's much pointier.
It's fatter. It's got a flatter end and it's thicker relatively. So, and then the league ball's pointier again. So you sort of got the rugby ball in the middle. Oh my
goodness, it's so different. I was kicking it last night. And
does the NRL have any difference in the ball?
Yeah, slightly different again. That Steedon's ever so slightly different shape.
So we play touch with, we flick between the Steedon and the Gilbert with our touch. So the league ball and the union ball. And it makes a difference to how you catch and pass. And you got to adjust ever so slightly with grip and spin.
Yep.
So,
and can we just, I know this is a complete side quest. Harry Wilson's flick ball. Best I have seen in a long time.
I completely missed it. In live viewing.
First 3 viewings, he went,
oh my goodness.
How has Bryle ended up with that ball?
I thought there must have been a drop. I went, hang on a minute. What's going on there?
I would encourage the listeners to watch that there was a Reds Chiefs game, wasn't it? Big H screaming down the right-hand sideline, playing some good footy, Big H at the moment.
I don't know about you, but I had Horan Campese vibes.
Yeah, very much so.
Wasn't over the shoulder, but it was the same wing, about the same position on the field, and just complete faith that there was someone there.
And it is Briley's boy, isn't it? Briley was in that team too, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, so there's 2 of them, one in New South Wales, one in Queensland.
Yeah.
And the 2 of them are the same age as my 2 from memory.
Yep.
And they were in Queenstown for a long time.
Yeah.
And we toured Queenstown with the boys, and we played against each of the Briar boys. So Michael Bryle's coaching the team that we're playing against.
Yeah, wow.
We're going, hang on, this isn't right.
International listeners will remember Michael Bryle. He's the one that decided to lay a few on the chin of Frank Bunce. And Frank Bunce wore them all. Frank Bunce wore them all and went, I'll get you, white fella.
That was a cracking game, that one.
And the follow-up on Michael Bryle's league wasn't so pretty either.
But the fact that he was living in New Zealand.
Yeah. No, he was a very good footballer. So that's good to see the two boys playing there. But, yeah, how Harry Wilson got that ball out to him, you have to watch it a few times to actually realise it's just a beautiful flick at an unusual time in a tackle. He was fully committed to the brace, but all of a sudden managed to flick the ball out.
He has a great career as a magician ahead of him, should he so choose.
That was fantastic. The Reds went down, but that was a good game of footy. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, it was. We'll come back to that. So we have a law application guideline that's come out. There were hints. It's about the maul.
Lovely.
And it dropped at the end of the week. So let me go to the short form of it for you and just say it applies to all new competitions from the 1st of June or those competitions who wish to use it mid-competition. So I haven't heard what Super's doing. I don't think really we'll see much difference in how the game's played. It's just giving a little bit of structure around getting those stragglers out. Once the ball is won and they sort of swing around the back, it's like, get out of there, get out of there. So it's a very good little piece of housekeeping.
Am I right in saying that they're discouraging the people moving around the periphery of the maul, but still allowing you to come through the guts?
Yeah, and so there's no law change. It's just an application guideline. So it's essentially a clarification of how we do things and a little bit of housekeeping on actually the practice of it. So the key observables, to quote the content, the contest of the ball is over and the player gets beyond the ball and or into a pulling, dragging position. So you're seeing that they come around the outside and then they're sort of standing next to the opposition 9, trying to pull the players out. It's like, no, mate, get out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Get out of it. Get your Peter Marshall on.
Peter Marshall special,
You can just tap them or, get out there.
So players are asked to recognise that when they get beyond the ball and out of the contest, they leave the maul. Referees are asked to identify, manage and or sanction. Now, I reckon 99% of our referees will manage and manage hard. And if you get a sanction, that's just because you're stupid, because you'll have every opportunity to get out of there.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah. So who's going to be the first to get penalised because they haven't paid attention in class on that one? There's a few candidates.
Miles Amatisero.
Well, he's there, and I got Thomas Lavanini as well.
Yes.
Those are your bad students.
Bad students there, up the front of the class or in the corner at the back.
Oh, who doesn't love a feisty second rower, though?
We actually need some more of those. A mongrel lock. You need a mongrel lock and you need a worker lock.
Yeah,
if you got that dynamic, you're in pretty good shape.
You've got some like your Nick Frost who's getting a little bit of both about him at the moment. He was cranky on Saturday and I love it.
And it's 6'10". My goodness.
Yeah.
I don't want to be cranky anywhere near him. But he's your smart worker lock. And then you've got your Brodie Retallick or your Isaac Rodder or your Darcy Swain. They're your mongrel locks.
Who scored a ripper try. No, he didn't score. He set one up. He's becoming a smart hard worker as well as a little bit of mongrel.
Are you talking about Darcy or Nick?
Darcy Swain.
Yeah, he had to dial the mongrel back a little bit and up the smarts.
And he's done it.
Yeah, he's sort of. Yeah, he's
still capable of
doing both.
Some thuggery.
The occasional brain fart. Yes, absolutely. All right, so a quick update on the 3rd Division Boat Race Trophy.
Oh, I love that.
I think we did talk about it recently, and I've now...
It travels around, eh?
So it's a bit like the Utrecht Shield, the Ranfurly Shield, although you have to defend it away as well as at home, is my understanding. So it was conceived by the Renegades. Shout out to Nick for your hard work in this. Last year they tried to spray paint a plastic schooner glass gold. That does not work. So what they've done is they've had a 3D gold cup made.
Nice.
And Renegades started away with it against Beecroft in round 1, which I happened to be the ref for, but I couldn't stay for the boat races. So actually, no, I did, but they were so quick. I was still, they were done because the Renegades guys had to travel. But this weekend, I had Hornsby and Knox, and Hornsby were the holders at Hornsby on Ladies' Day, and I
Ooh,
stayed.
fun.
And they got beat
Knox got beat.
in the boat race.
No.
Yeah, I was
Hornsby
going to say,
retained it.
as an old Knox boy, you ain't beaten us in a boat race.
No, Knox got pantsed in the boat race.
What?
Hornsby slaughtered them by
That's
almost
shame.
a whole player.
Shame.
Oh,
absolutely.
no.
The Hornsby loose head was the finisher, and blink and you miss it.
Yeah, wow. And that's a
Yeah.
good effort.
Just opening up the
Hornsby and
throat.
Knox are around about 800 metres apart for those who are following at home.
It's
they're
the
neighbours.
local derby.
Yep.
Yeah, separated by the
train station.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. And so to start the boat race, they had to fill the trophy up, and I had to scull from that, and then
Nice.
the teams
Oh,
went
yes, Rob.
I was going to talk to that as a referee who was driving 200 Ks to Sydney for every game and then driving home. The old traditional referee starts the boat race with what sometimes was a 2-litre scull. It was always a bit
Jesus.
dicey. Different times, Candace.
Mine would be so slow. Everyone would have to order food.
I went
come back later.
rosé.
Hang
I
on,
filled it with rosé,
Rob. Come on, mate.
and I discovered when I got home it probably holds a bit more than I thought. But a great time was had by
Can
also.
you just pause and reflect on your choice of
You
liquor for the
rosé.
drink?
Well, the Chardonnay wasn't great, and I didn't want to do a Shiraz for a skull. That's just not.
Isn't
on.
it beer?
So
Don't we do beer?
no, I don't do beer for that.
Really
no.
non-bubbly.
I
I'm
can
not a
remember
beer
one
drinker.
at Newport. I don't know whether they still do it. I'm talking before Candace was born. They had the funnel with the.
Oh yeah.
I think we used to call it a pissophone, didn't we?
Yeah.
The funnel with the hose on it, and they pour a long neck of new. They put a jelly shot and then a long neck of old,
Oh.
and they had it up on the banister
Ew.
above. And you had to do like when they unfolded the hose, it was just it was. The old saying, drinking from a fire hose. It was drinking from a fire hose.
Yeah.
We used to have to do it at our rugby club with a Viking horn.
Oh, so good.
I forget what they're called. Like,
Yep. Well, Mossman Wales have a gumboot.
A gumboot. Mossman with a gumboot. The least gumbooty suburb in all of Australia.
Yeah. Oh, no, they're designer gumboots.
Please.
So there's a shout out to our
What?
listeners. Tell us the strangest drinking receptacle you have at your club.
Excellent.
So we've had a Viking horn, we've had the Newport hose, we've got the Mossman Wales gumboots. They also have a glass slipper from memory for the women.
Oh, fun.
So let's
Cinderella
see what
vibe.
else
Let's
is
hope
out
it's
there.
not a nice petite foot glass slipper as well.
Cinderella call? Anyone?
My favourite drinking routine was a normal schooner glass, but out at Trangie, you had to spin around
Is it like a broom? Yeah.
10 times, get yourself real proper dizzy,
Oh.
and then scull the beer before you had it on the next bloke. You had a lot of very, very
You're like,
ill people.
So a Canadian friend of mine introduced the Ugly, and it's a schooner of beer with a shot of tomato juice in the bottom.
Oh, that
Sounds
is ugly.
delicious.
And it's
And
going to
you-
be uglier on the way back through too.
Well, you get through the beer,
it's
and then
maple
the
syrup?
tomato juice just hits you at the worst possible time. It takes a bit of doing. But anyway,
How did we
the
get
Ugly-
here? This is not good
I
referring.
actually don't remember how
No.
we got here.
And all
Wait,
we've done is
Rob
we haven't even got
drinking.
through general
What
rugby
is
news
refereeing?
yet, so we need to
Well,
quickly move on.
Can we
don't
say the Knox Club? I'm embarrassed. You brought shame to the school.
To those
But well
ancestors.
done, Hornsby. What do they call themselves? The Lions?
Lions, yeah. Well, that's my old club, or one of my old clubs.
And I was born in Hornsby. It's a long time ago. Didn't stay there very long.
As was I. So I had 4 games this weekend, and 4, yeah, and they're all at grounds that I had connection with. So the Saturday games were 2 of my home grounds of my youth, and Sunday games were 2 local ones. So Saturday was ref retro for me, literally, because I went back to Turramurra Oval and Waitara Oval, Mark Taylor Park, so Mark Taylor Oval. So
Beautiful.
that was nice.
Sponsored by Fujitsu Preservision.
Yeah, who just changed their name. All right, so quickly, I'm going to run through the World Rugby Rankings changes, and this will be really quick. This will be like romper room, the names through the glass. So this is the men's. No changes in the women's. In the men's, these teams have changed position over the weekend. Luxembourg, Lithuania, Austria, Jamaica, Singapore, Latvia, Chinese Taipei, Cook Islands, Cote d'Ivoire, Serbia, Nigeria, Venezuela, Finland. That is all.
Excellent.
All right.
None of them are relevant to what we cover, but congratulations to Luxembourg, Lithuania, etc.
but they are our rugby family, and we need to acknowledge their efforts.
Well done.
So
I'm interested in how the
Yay.
Jamaicans played against all them. They seem to be in a different part of the world.
Yes,
Anyway,
they're
moving on.
Islander games that we don't know about. So, match official rugby news.
Is that this week you've got the great Todd Cummings partnering with Zach from North?
Zach Beer. Speaking of beer, Zach Beer. And this is wonderful. So Zach is an up-and-coming coach. He's done a bit of stuff with the Waratahs. He was in the consideration for the Aussie Sevens. Todd's on the Super Rugby panel, and I came through the juniors with him. And so they're doing a Rugby Australia discussion around coach-referee interaction, which Mitch DiLorenzo, shout out to Mitch, is running this coming Wednesday. So that should happen, I think it's Wednesday. I hope I got the day right. Yes, it is. So hop online, listen to it. But what makes it really interesting is last weekend when Warringah played Norths, which Norths lost, the referee in the middle was
T.
Todd
Cummings.
Cummings. So the dynamic will be really authentic, and I think that'll be worth watching.
And I hope Zach has got some good curlies for him.
Yeah, and Todd, who's also a school teacher, I think this will be great tennis. It'd be fun to watch.
Did I ever
Both
told you
good humans.
when I met Todd?
Tell me when you met Todd.
Todd was refereeing at the state, I think it was under 13s, might have been under 12s at Camden. And I'm going to say 2014, 2013.
So it would have been, if it was under 12s, it would have been 2016, I reckon.
2014.
Because he did under 13s in 2017, sorry.
About then, because anyway, I met him there because he came along and he had to bring his parents because he was way underage. We had a group of newish senior referees, including one, Adam Lyle, from memory, refereeing at the tournament.
Shout out to Ads, yeah.
And I think that was his first state tournament down at Camden. And then we had a couple of youngish, sort of 16, 17-year-old referees. And then we had Todd, who was 1 year older than the guys he was refereeing, and smashed it. And I was carnival convener. It was the one and only time I was allowed to convene a carnival. we had some decent referee coaches there. So we had a selection meeting and we all went, let's give it to the young guy. He's exceptional. Ref the final in his first tournament. And we all said he's going places. And
absolutely,
he's had a long and impressive journey to where he's at. And I don't think he's done yet either. I think he's got some good refereeing in front of him. So it was a great introduction. I've watched with joy the way he's progressed through the ranks.
Yeah, me too. Really impressed. He's a superb AR. He's won our association AR of the year a couple of times in a row recently. So
in an association that's got some good ARs.
Absolutely. And who also recognise good ARs.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
He also does the education night for that as well and has a beautiful little table of what to do at which position for ARs and your responsibility.
Yeah.
So, yeah, always useful.
No. So get on it. That'll be a really good discussion panel for everybody. So coaching, refereeing, game in general, really looking forward to it. I'm going to have to watch it on delay. I've got something else on, but that's definitely something I'm going to set aside time for. So register. You can watch it later. Speaking of which, we've got another Ask the Ref column coming up on the 8-9 Rugby Substack. It will drop shortly. Some questions from our viewers and listeners. So we'll address those. There might even be a little bit of chat about TMO.
Excrement.
Oh.
Who knew? So watch that space. And then the other one I wanted to bring up in match official news was the Kylian Jaminet collision in Pro de Deux. I don't know if anyone's seen it.
All of those words sound French.
Oui.
I don't see much of that on my feed, actually. I don't even know where to watch it over here.
Yeah, so this is an interesting one. It's come up a couple of times for me. It's sort of it's a starter playoff, a midfield. I can't remember if it's a scrum breakdown. Doesn't matter. The team in possession take it right, and it's like the slipper inside ball pass that we used against South Africa at Adelaide Oval that led to the try, except they used a decoy runner inside and went outside, and the decoy runner's come off the back fence, and he's focused on the ball carrier, and he's coming at 1,000,000 miles an hour, and about half a metre out from the referee goes, oh, back up the bus. Too late, and he absolutely skittles the ref.
No.
And when I first saw it in full speed, I went, oh, that's not good.
Dead.
Oh, man, the referee bounced up, but it would be fair to say he was not happy.
Yeah.
So he went to the TMO, and he looked at the TMO at length, and then I think he got caught in no man's land. We had a discussion about this offline, and it was either play on or a red, and he's gone yellow. And I sort of understand that because it was just so hard to work out what the hell was going on. It was a massive collision. It was bigger than the one that got Gussie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Oh,
I'm
bless.
sort of looking at, the more I look at it, I'm on play on, just a bad collision. But at the same time, you've still got to be aware where the ref is. And I think it was just a screw up from the Decoy runner because he was so working hard to sell that he was going to take the ball, that he was
Sold it.
watching the ball.
Yeah, way.
And so he's running like this, and the ref's going across much slower. And he's just,
Bang.
so yeah, everyone keep your eyes open.
Pro de
There's 31 people on the field. All right, that is all. Match official rugby news over and out.
Shall we go on to some Super Rugby?
We had 5 really interesting games. Some of them very much impacting end results, but some of them not
absolutely.
really impacting results. It was interesting for me. The Crusaders are the real deal. They're going to be there or thereabouts.
Yeah.
And as expected, the Hurricanes very much so. That they put 50 on Moana, who weren't bad at North Harbour. That was actually quite a good game of footy. But Hurricanes are exceptional.
Yeah. Well, I think we've all picked them to win the tournament. So
interestingly, Moana did work out a couple of circumvents to their defence later in the game, and 2 of their tries. I think there'll be a lot of teams watching how they broke down the Hurricanes' defence. But the Hurricanes, I think they scored from memory 8 tries, and 7 of them were on the wing. 4 of them from one wing, 3 from the other wing. They had a day out.
They're finding space well, aren't they?
And they're just playing fast.
Yeah.
Very, very fast football. I thought the Brumbies Force was a great game. It was cold night in Canberra again.
It sort of promised a lot, and ultimately the Brumbies finally got up. But yeah, I thought the Force might spring another upset there. There was their chance. The Brumbies are down, the Force are on and up, coming off a good win. But I don't think the Force have got quite enough. They're not a complete enough team to take on the Brumbies at home and finish the job.
I agree. They just seem to be missing a ball carrier, like a heavy lifty ball carrier. Where Brumbies have got Bobby V. Bobby V just, you need to make advantage line. You get advantage
He's
line.
the competition benchmark.
Yeah. When they're on the back foot, they give it to him and they're no longer on the back foot. It is such a get out of jail free card for them.
He plays well above his weight too. Because he's not as big as people think he is. Because
he's made of harder stuff.
Oh, absolutely. He's granite.
Yeah,
absolute
you need
granite.
a sledgehammer to hurt him.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he's coming into form too. He came back from injury. He's a bit slow to start the season, and now he's really getting into it. And if only they had Charlie Cale back, because that combination was lethal. I mean,
he's not far from it though, is he?
I don't know, but a big athletic 8 like that, scoring tries for fun. He was the leading try scorer when he got injured.
Yeah.
I've got to say that the thrill-a-minute game of the weekend I thought was the Reds and Chiefs.
Yep.
I mean, that had everything. The good, the bad, the ugly. I mean, the breakdown was ferocious. There was a lot happening in the scrum. I thought Matty Fessler's attitude at the halftime interview was really refreshing. He completely owned what was going on as the players, and I think we need to see more of that. You've got to deal with what happens in front of you. Again, the good, the bad, the ugly, because that's what you can control.
But just looking at the table, we are starting to get a bit of an idea of who is who in the zoo, and it looks like the Hurricanes can't miss the finals. Same with the Chiefs. They probably can't miss. So the Hurricanes can't miss a home semi.
No.
Chiefs, I think they've got to get a couple more points of the same. Blues, Crusaders are 3rd and 4th. Top 4 taken up by New Zealand teams. No surprise really there. 5 and 6, Brumbies, Reds. Highlanders, Waratahs and Drew are still mathematical chances, but I think the Force and Pacifica are no longer mathematical chances.
Yeah, that's probably a fair summary. So, again, it's Groundhog Day, isn't it? The Kiwi teams filling the top of the table, and
we had right to feel buoyant early in the season, but really the cream has risen to the top.
Well, the Reds are frustrating. They're so close to being the real deal. They're just not quite there, and I just don't know what it is. I'll be intrigued to see if they keep the cohort and Vern Cotter next year can just add that little missing piece of the puzzle.
Yeah.
Because there's some really cracking footy players in there.
And I think for me, it's just a little bit of consistency, perhaps. with them?
Yeah, well, the
It just
gap
looked like
between
a team that's on the up, but may not if they may not keep their talent to continue that climb.
and the gap between their best and their worst is too big.
Mm.
It needs to be smaller. Whereas the gap between the Waratahs and their best and worst is probably down here.
Yeah.
There'll be some soul searching there for sure.
There's
So
a lot of interesting referee moments on there, that game, and I'd actually encourage our listeners to have a watch of that game, because I think the game threw up a lot of intriguing decisions, and I think it's probably a game I really enjoyed watching from a referee perspective, because there's a lot of things there that made me question how I manage stuff, and it was an interesting. I don't know about your thoughts. Yeah, there's a lot of decisions where I wouldn't have managed it the same way, but it was interesting how it turned out. So for me, it was a great reflection game.
Yeah, even with the yellow card in the second half towards the end, around 68 minutes. And I think this was brought up we have referee chats as well. And someone asked, what are your thoughts around it with giving the yellow card? We've written down here, empathy, game connection. I wasn't able to fully answer because I was going in and out of watching it, doing something in the flat, watching it. So I couldn't get the full picture of the actual game itself.
We are talking around some comments that I've seen after the game that there was a few people who weren't overly impressed with the referee's performance. I for one, thought that was actually quite a challenging game. Like I said, I actually have a lot of empathy for the referee in that position, because there was a lot of people coming in and there was a couple of unique decisions being thrown in. And look, that 68th minute, it was a high impact decision for sure. Did impact the game. Was it wrong? A lot of discussion. I don't think we got the agreement on whether it was right or wrong. So we're being pretty hard on him in general if we're hanging him out to dry on that. And there's a few people who are. I'm not one of them. I quite enjoyed the game. And like you said, Rob, it was the highlight of the weekend in terms of playing games. And
Oh, yeah.
we can talk about the referee's impact of the game, but it was also quite an entertaining game. And that's also, So I, for one, well done.
I think it's going to be a turning point. So there'll be lots to look at and learn.
And am I right in saying Marcus hasn't had one this year up until now?
No, I think he has, but he's got fewer than 10 super games in total.
Yeah. And that's a challenge being thrown into a game there. Looking at the games on the weekend, I question whether that was the right one for him. It was a reasonably important game.
It was a massive game.
Yeah. So good on him for stepping up to that game. There was a couple of places in the game where he did look a little bit rattled, but finished it off strong. So well done. It's been an interesting under-20s tournament, hasn't it?
Yeah, this one, we have South Africa versus New Zealand, and then we had Australia versus Argentina. When it came to the Australia versus Argentina match, it was very back and forth. I think Australia finally found their discipline and came out with a win.
Where was it hiding?
Jesus,
I left it in the dressing sheds.
I think they left it in Australia.
Yeah.
It's been a challenging tournament. It always was going to be a challenging tournament. They are three really good other teams.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Kudos to Argentina. You are bringing it at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. Lots of great talent.
And a lost opportunity for Australian rugby too, because the coach of the under-20 Springboks is one Kevin Foote, who was deeply entrenched in the Australian system, coached the Rebels. He was let go, and he's coming back to bite us.
South Africa versus New Zealand was a great match to watch. Ella Goldsmith on that one. I quite liked, if you go to the 67th minute, there was an on-field decision. Well, after they reviewed it, was a red card. This was a 20-minute one, and it was for a New Zealand player, number 13. Just always upright, very much head-to-head contact. And I quite liked how Ella and her team managed if there was any mitigation. So going through all the steps and scenarios, and they couldn't find anything.
No. And I think from a refereeing point of view, I think that was a really good example of how to manage it. I've got to say, that looked red every day of the week from every view. There was one angle where you thought, maybe they'll mitigate it down to a 10-minute
I think they're just trying to see if there was a significant change of direction, and that's what they needed to check.
But I think from an on-field point of view, it was at least yellow, review it off the field, and those ones are a bit cleaner from a referee point of view. However, Ella sold it beautifully. I thought Ella was fantastic in there. Gosh, she's been busy.
Yeah, she's back home now, I think. So
running around. Quite like there was one where I think it was her and her AR were both like on their knees trying to figure out if there was a try. So we've got pancakes, people on their knees, Lots of people are doing the full squat, sumo squat, getting down there.
Oh, look,
So
yeah, if your referee's vertical, it's unusual these days.
Yeah.
It's like
I
a
think
yoga session.
Was it Angus maybe was on one of the games of the weekend? He got in a really unusual position. It was like he was doing the slug on the ground.
Yeah. And once upon a time, it was stay on your feet.
And he didn't
Now-
actually see it. Fortunately, the TMO did save him on one.
Yeah.
But look, it's good teamwork. They had it covered from all angles eventually. So,
Yeah. Which is the idea, right? So
yeah. Mind you, I think Angus's position probably not quite flattering for Angus, who does look buff, can I say? He's been clearly working out. I thought it was Geordie for a second. He was that buff.
All right. The haircut gave it away, right?
maybe they have the same program.
Yes. Get buff. Buff ref.
Next is Women's Six Nations. So with that, we had England versus Italy. Well done to Jess Ling for
Yes, well done,
that
Jess.
appointment, who was our golden whistle last week. 24 minutes, there was a deliberate knockdown by World Rugby's most famous Ellie Kildunn. So, yeah, she had a yellow card. There was a penalty try for Italy, which I was just like, when I saw that, I was like, you must make sure this next 10 minutes do as much as you can to have the star player off the field.
Naughty cowgirl.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
going to leave it alone, Rob. I'm just going to leave it alone.
Well done to Jess, and I think she worked really well with her team and managed everything very well. France versus Scotland, that was Amy Barrett, and most capped female referee with her 52 tests. Next one was Ireland versus Wales, and that was done by, is it Orly? I think I pronounced her name wrong last time. I think Orly, the French referee.
Yeah, it was Orly.
That one was really neck and neck. I think Ireland and Wales are very close.
Yeah, it was quite a tight game in the end.
Yeah, exactly. There was a yellow card for an Irish player for kicking a Welsh player that was on the ground, and that was 41 minutes in. It was one of those situations where it happened actually pretty much in front of the referee, and she noticed it and then wanted to review it upon
there's
that.
kind of a little bit of a, I think I just saw that. Did that just happen? And went upstairs to check?
Exactly. I think also sets a standard. I feel like there's a few things that happened. I think in Women's Six Nations, people there was that French player who bit someone, all these things that happen, past the ball. So kicking someone, doing these thuggery things, it's happened before. So I'm glad it's been pulled up. And then there was a yellow card for a Welsh player for not rolling. And I think it was very much a try opportunity for Ireland. So again, setting those standards. But yeah, I thought it was great for her, that match. And that's
Well
it
done,
for
women.
Women's Six Nations.
Great product.
Is it over now? I haven't checked how many
one
rounds
more
are
week.
left.
One more week.
Yeah,
One more week.
I was
One more week.
like, I need to figure out
Yeah.
what the table looks like.
Super Saturday coming
I
up.
assume England is at the top.
Well, when you've only lost one game in 60-something tests, there's a good chance you'll be up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They very much haven't got it sealed, though. England and France are level on the top on the points. England have got a fair points differential.
Yeah, that's right. So all to play for.
But this weekend just gone. The matches, the Ireland-Wales game, it did end up blowing out, but they were pretty tight on the ladder. This week, Wales, Italy, Ireland, Scotland, and England, France. England, France, that's winner takes all.
That was it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. It's the same as the men's.
Same
They have
thing
France,
last
England
year.
as the last
Yeah.
match, although it turned out to be a little bit of a non-event compared to what we've got here, but it's absolutely the finale here.
Can I say, I reckon the French might roll them.
They were so
Wouldn't it be
close
great?
last year. So
They
close
were.
last year.
Yeah,
And
it was a one-pointer,
We've
wasn't
spoken
it?
how far in front England have been.
Yeah.
There's just an air of vulnerability about them, and who better than the
pressure on
French to
English.
belt them?
Yeah. And it's in Bordeaux.
Mm.
Woo.
So,
I love Bordeaux.
I just checked some
Beautiful.
check some flights. It's probably good to go watch it, right?
well, yeah, sure. Part of the world that has been England, it's been France, it's been England, it's been France. So, Brittany's just up the road, thereabouts. So, all right. So let's go on to that. Wales and Italy, Cardiff Arms Park, no less, the great Cardiff Arms Park. Friend of the pod, Maggie Coggeror is on the whistle. Welcome back, Maggie.
Welcome back from injury.
Woo.
Emily
back.
Hope and Rebecca Piddleston on the flags. Dan Jones and Paul Haycock on the screens. So Ireland, Scotland is at Tia Viva in Dublin. Aurelie has got that one, Aurelie Groslow, with Berenice Luby and Alexandra Ferrer. on the flags, and Julian Castaneda and Paulo Duarte on the screens.
Am I right in saying we've got a referee team that won't be using English?
France, Portugal.
Ooh, nice.
Probably, I don't know if Paolo's got French. He's got a fair remit of languages. His English is good, so don't know what they'll do there. And they're playing Ireland and Scotland, and some would argue they don't have English either.
Yeah.
And then the grand finale, perchance, is at Stade Atlantique in Bordeaux, and Clara Monarini has that one.
Big game for Clara.
Yeah, big game, really big game. ABT and Amber Stamp Dunstan are on the flags. Matteo Lipperini and Leo Colgan are on the screen. So we've got South Africa, we've got Italy, we've got Wales, and we've got Ireland. So they might need to use pidgin English on that one, or
smoke signals.
Yeah, smoke signals. But that'll be great. No, all joking aside, they'll be fine, and that'll be a cracking game. So that is the Women's Six Nations. Then we've got super appointments this week. We've got them already, so they've come out a little bit early. It's only 4 matches because the GGs, the Satyrs, and Moana have all got the bye. So Friday night in Hamilton, Chiefs and Highlanders, we've got Nick Berry with Ruben Keane and Louis Trisley. Team of 3, Brett Cronin's the TMO. So an all Aussie team over there for that local derby game. So that'll be good footy. Looking forward to that one. Then Saturday, the Drua travel back home to take on the Tars in Suva. And that's James Dolman, Marcus Plale, and Fraser Hannon on the field. Aaron Patterson is the TMO.
And Waratahs, please, just have a crack. Just have a crack.
Have a crack, absolutely. Well, it's Suva, so, it's
they're
not
going to get 50 put on them.
It's not Latoka. You just don't know, do you?
The Waratahs down by 50.
But then match of the round, Eden Park, Blues Hurricanes. That's big. That's top of the table clash.
Who's on that?
Box got that, Ben O'Keefe, and he's got his ARs as Todd Petrie and Warwick Lamette, and Richard Kelly's in the box for that one. Then the final match of the weekend is the late game, which is Force and Reds in Perth. And there's some history here. Last year, from memory, the Force beat them.
Yeah.
And Geordie's got that. So we've got the Queenslanders covering that on the field. Geordie, Wade, Damon Murphy, Jeremy Markey, and Lex on the screens there.
Yes,
so,
the great man.
The great man himself. So
well, I think that Blues Hurricanes game, that'll be the one to watch. That will be a Bobby Dazzler.
Absolutely.
I have a captain chat from Gus's game.
I have seen that one. Tell us about that one, Candace. That's really good.
So our captain chat, not that we love pulling out how we don't like nines or scrum halves on the pod, but this one
nines be better. On the whole, nines?
We have this one from Gus's game. And so chatting with both the nines. So now listen, boys, cracking game of footy. We don't need you carrying on like that. All right. It's been an awesome game and we just don't need that. Okay. And just leave it.
And how'd that work?
I don't know if there was.
It wasn't overly effective because surprise, the nines didn't listen.
I'm too busy trying to untie each other's shoelaces.
They're both 21. They're both the sub nines on, both being really.
Yeah. We don't need fresh nines in a game at that stage.
Nines doing 9 things. Yeah. Even though they don't have the right number.
All of the halfbacks in the world, be better. You're better than that.
Yeah. I like how he owned the space, though. He had the space. He had 1-9 and had to continue calling the Blues. 9 to come over so he could
it was
get
a little
into
bit
his
schoolmasterish, and you could tell he didn't want to be schoolmasterish, but it had to be because the nines were being
sometimes you got to do that.
The nines are being children.
Yeah. And I'll sit you in the corner if you keep doing it.
Yeah.
I think it's key. Now listen, boys. I don't know what
children.
He does say boys anyway. That's
does he? Okay.
Standard vernacular, yeah. But there's ways of saying boys. There's boys and there's boys and then etc.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, that was my captain chat.
For those listening, we'll have to describe this. Rob has on what used to be white and now it's got a little bit of that sort of faded, washed, too much white jersey on with
pastel.
RFU referee, sponsored by a sewn-on patch by Allied Dunbar on the front of it with A
But
royal
it
blue?
looks,
No, we might go a
it's a
navy
beautiful
blue
little
collar.
rose as well next to the RFU. I love it.
What's the derivation of that jersey, Rob?
Well, this is something for our listeners and
Ref
viewers. So
retro.
we'll put up some video of this on the socials for those listening. So go search it out. For those watching, answers on a postcard, please. Which year or years is this from, and which country or countries?
Just based on the
So-
number of times it's been washed, I'm going to say it's not of the last decade. I am going to say, based on the English rose there, it might be English.
Yeah.
But beyond
Looks
that,
like those beautiful, thick rugby jerseys. I love them.
yeah, we haven't had cotton since the 90s, so I'm
cotton.
going to say
Yeah.
pre-90s.
So a shout out to Bear, who dug this out of his wardrobe. It was given to him. He's not a referee. He's a polymath on the rugby field. So he's a rugby union and rugby league man. He's heavily involved with the Perth Bears, but hence his nickname. But he dug this out of the wardrobe. He got given it by someone, and he thought it would find a better home with me. So thank you very much.
You wear it well.
Thank you very much. Likewise. So yeah, viewers, let us know what you think. Time and place, please.
Love it.
You got me thinking. Can I lock in 96 as my guess?
Okay, Pearcey, 96. All right, noted. It's on the record.
Premier League 96? Is that what it wouldn't have been called that back then, would it?
No, I think they had different names.
Div 1, I think it was back then.
Hypothetically.
Was it sponsored by a beer back in the day? It was. I think it might have been a beer tournament.
Possibly.
I think we've narrowed it down.
I don't have anything for Law of the Week. We did have someone ask me why the plane of touch exists and how it came to be.
Look,
How
That's
long you got?
Yeah.
So I was
I would
going to
love for
leave
it to
that
be
there.
electrically charged plane of touch.
Oh, wouldn't that be fun?
Yes. Well, could
And all
make the
the
field a cage.
wingers
It would make it
get
clearer.
spiky hair.
Yeah. I did have a moment on the weekend where I had a reasonably educated rugby man, not a referee, trying to explain to him. I asked him a couple of questions about were his feet on the ground when he batted the ball back in? Was the ball over the plane of touch? It's too complicated. I just said play on. Play on.
Yeah, enjoy.
Candace, what do you got this weekend?
Should find out today. And
We
by
don't
the way,
know.
guys, I'm going to be back in the middle. I got signed off.
Yes, she's back.
Bwah, bwah, bwah. So yeah, I'm excited to see where they'll throw me whatever pitch. I'll take it.
We've
So,
got
yeah.
a general bye because there's country champs up in Tamworth, and I'm not going, which is quite exciting for me, not having to drive up the road there. But
That sounds like major chaos, Pearcey.
I think I'm in major chaos. I think I might head down to Cowra because I think it's Eastwood v Norths.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I don't know who's reffing.
Be so
I
fun.
think I saw Big Tom doing Colin Caird.
I haven't seen the appointments actually.
Mm.
Oh, you might have because it's your zone, right? So
Yeah, and they got to plan their travel. Like it's a horrible
Yeah.
trip to Cowra.
make sure you go to the Imperial Hotel, the MP. That's my
Yes.
favorite place to get some food.
Get the lamb cutlets there. Oh my lord. Best thing you'll put in your mouth all weekend.
What, you're not going to go to the Shamrock at Greenthorpe?
Nope. A schooner and a fight.
Well, I guess we'll find out where we're going, Rob, this weekend.
Yeah, we'll find out.
And I hope everyone has a fab weekend, and we shall report back.
Thank you, Candace. You were bloody wonderful today,
Thank you.
Rob. It's a good outfit. You looked the part. Beyond that, I don't know what we brought, but you looked good.
So what does Ken say? Is that how it goes?
Thank you, people.
Thank you, guys.
Sure.